administrative, I can't be. How? Now, it's too late. I've said. Hayi bo ngicela amanzi ngizokwazi ukuthi ngizofeintha bese ngacedile speech. Hayi yabona Rachel nangafeintha in the middle of the speech yabona balethela amanzi yabona. Uzobona ukuthi good morning, everyone. Good morning to everyone that is here in the council chambers. You are heartily, warmly welcome. And to our media houses that are here, and to all our residents of Emalahleni, you are welcomed today. I am here. I am Councillor Conny Nkalitshana. I have called this briefing this morning to respond to the grievances that have been brought to my office over the past months. In request to a series of community complaints and grievances for a period of time, herein the central demand was a call to stop all legal proceedings respect of municipal debt collection approach executed through Johan Kutsiefem of Atenis. I can confirm that over the last few months, we have been seriously deliberating on the matter internally and externally with our service providers, including billing, meter reading, and revenue collection by Kambonani Cooper's attorneys and Johan Nkalitshana attorney firm. Notwithstanding the fact that Emalahleni local municipality has a legal binding service level agreement with Johan Nkalitshana firm of attorneys, whilst the municipality legal and finance team are still negotiating ukuthi siphuma kanjani kule nkinga, without having to pay millions of rand for breaching the contract. We felt our people cannot wait any further. We have a social contract as well as with the community to respond to their grievances as soon as is practically possible. I am pleased to announce the following. The municipality will and must remain the custodian of the debt collection. Johan Nkalitshana will no longer interact with the residents, and all legal proceedings will be withdrawn with immediate effect. All residents not classified as indigent must pay their current account in full. To qualify for this discount or write-off of their areas is subject to council resolution and approval. In other words, those with payment arrangements must continue to honor them in order to qualify. Those who do not have payment arrangements in place must come forward to the municipality, siyacela baziveze, to commit on their payment of at least their current account, register as an indigent if you qualify, make arrangements on your areas, and you must adhere to them. These measures are critical and beneficial to both the residents of Emalahleni local municipality, in that the municipality will be able to provide basic services to their residents in constant manner. The municipality will be able to reach a break-even point. It will be in the position to service their monthly contractual obligation, which is bulk services, with Eskom and water. Importantly, we will be able to pay Eskom current account as well as to avoid litigation processes and ultimate switch off by Eskom. There is no need to resort to legal service for debt collection, whether it's Johan Nkalitshana, whether it's Mahlangu, Mashiko, firms of attorneys, provided we all commit to pay our current account for all those who are employed and running businesses, which put them above the indigent threshold. We now have a verification means in place in the municipality. But those who do not want to cooperate with the municipality, we will have no option but to resort back to the legal route as per our debt and credit control policy. The overreaching benefit is to build the financially viable municipality to attract the much needed investment to stimulate local inclusive economic growth in order to substantially reduce high level of unemployment and subject to poverty within Emalahleni. I will emphasize that payment of current account should be a principle that we must support and defend as a community if we really love Emalahleni and rescue it from collapsing. People must stop hiding behind senior citizens, abogog, and those who are unemployed, because these categories are already covered in the municipal indigent registry. Yes, residents have exercised their constitutional rights. We have heard and listened to them, hence measures that I've just announced. We are a local government that listens to its people. Because we are the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, we are here to service the people. I call on community activists, to forge a unity of purpose to stop the culture of non-payment, bridging, tampering of electricity and water meters, and theft of copper cables, because these kind of social ills are counterproductive to the community, and the community is punished by greedy criminals unfairly. Finally, we will look back at the community in the next 2 months and give details about incentive of honoring your current account and payment arrangements. This is subject to council approval. No doubt, in a democratic dispensation like ours, it is normal to have difference of opinion from time to time. But our collective responsibility is to make sure that we resolve issues without resorting to act which deepens the crisis even further or compromises the gain of our democracy post-1994. I am sure we will continue to support positive initiatives such as Operation Khokha Kuzoba Ngcono, asibhadaleni ama-services. Operation Siveze is a kwamasipala if you are unable to, even if you've got a debt that is beyond your control, Ziveze. Operation Hlanzeka. Let us keep Emalahleni clean. We love our city. I thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have got media houses here who have got some questions to ask. I will give each of you to ask questions, but all our questions must just be related to what the executive mayor has presented here. Nothing else, nothing more. Thank you. I will start with Emalahleni FM, Karabo, followed by Luke from Highveld Chronicle, and then followed by Zita with Bank News. In that sequence, can we ask questions?
Right. Thanks, Executive Mayor. You said that the contract with Johan Coetzee is legally binding. Maybe you should explain to us how is it legally binding? Is there a court order that propels the municipality to work with Johan Coetzee? In what sense is it legally binding? And is the process reversible? Can we reverse from it?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Executive Mayor. I think one of the complaints that the residents brought forward was that they said the billing system, the account billing system is not accurate, and also that you have given it to a private company that is not doing the actual work, but sitting in their offices and doing what we call my estimations. Is that true?
Zita?
Thank you, Executive Mayor. I just need to know that since Mr. Coetzee took over, did revenue improve? And then the second question that I'm going to ask is there were several projects that the municipality undertook to enhance revenue collection, but they in the past seem to have failed. What is the municipality going to do differently this time to make sure that residents come on board and pay their services then?
Thank you. I'll give it to the executive mayor to respond.
Thank you very much, Lebu, and greetings to Karabo from Emalahleni FM. Karabo, I will agree that any contract between two parties, it's legally binding. There are clauses in the contract that, because one, we've given Johan Coetzee a contract of 3 years as a municipality. The contract will end in 2024. And that is why yesterday, as an executive mayor, I called Johan Coetzee attorneys. I sat down with them, went through the contract with them, and we came to an agreement of taking some of the services back to the municipality, as I highlighted. And we agreed, and yeah, I think I can say that, yes, it is binding, but we had to sit down and deal with the matter to make sure that the community is happy at the end, because all of these things is not about, Johan could say, it's not about the municipality, but it's about providing services to our communities. So if the community is not happy, we need to make sure that we resolve those issues amicably. So that was my interest. And then on the issue of whether can we revise the contract, yes, we came to a conclusion that in the next 2 months, we'll then sit down with him and see in terms of the contract, how are we going to make sure that whatever that is binding us, how we're going to go forward in terms of agreeing where it needed to be overlooked. We're going to do that. And I'm happy with the discussions that we had with him yesterday. The discussions was for the best interest of the people of Emalahleni more than business. Thank you. And then I'm not sure if I've answered all the questions, Karaba. Yes. Thank you. And then going to Highveld Chronicle, look, that is why when I spoke, I said, as the executive mayor, I have not only interacted with Johan Kutsier, I've interacted with all the service provider within the municipality. And one of the service provider, it was for billing. And because people came to my office to say, you know what, Mayor, our accounts are not accurate. And I had to call the service provider to check what were the issues. And I think I have been clarifying this matter over the months to say, yes, some people are saying they are not going to their houses because there's bulldogs and they're locking their gates. How do they know whether they've read those meters? And I've clarified to say, you know what, if we're unable to access a yard, we then charge those people flat rate. And people understand that. And those that don't know, will continue to educate them and to sensitize them, whether through what committees, councillors, and media statements as well. And then, yeah, I think I've answered your the question that has to do with accuracy. They're not staying in offices. And over and above, when they bring the report, they normally bring POE as well. They take photos of that meter and bring it to the municipality as well, so that we see whether they've been physically to that house. If the house is locked and they're unable to access, they'll then take a photo for the, from the outside to say we're unable, so we can charge them the flat rate. That is how we do it. Okay? Are you fine? It's roughly about, is it 400?
It's about 800, depending on the
I think it depends on the house in terms of the consumption. But we'll have to look at our tariffs. Our tariffs will then tell you in terms of the area and whether the person consumed, like if it's an indigent or if it's in the east or west, it will then tell you. And in terms of the size as well, it will tell you our tariffs. Yes. Are you fine? Thank you. And then, Zita, you said since Johan Kutsier took over, did the financial situation of the municipality improve? I cannot say the financial situation of the municipality has improved drastically. But in terms of collection, what Johan Kutsier has been given, he has done his work. In terms of the debts that were handed over to him, yes, there was an improvement because we did see some payment, because some people, they've already made debit orders in order for them to pay over to the attorneys. So we've seen that constant payment. And we have agreed with Johan Kutsier to say we will keep those debit orders on. We're not going to cancel them at all. So that will still be in place. And what will the municipality do in order to do the service? What we have done is we have came to a conclusion, and we've done an analysis to say that our technical services needs to be beefed up, especially with our cut-off team. Our cut-off team, they need to be beefed up. The staff in finance departments, the ones that are calling the call center, needs to be beefed up. We need to have a fully fledged call center. We need to make sure that our messaging system, we get the data from Johan Coetzee, and also so that we are able to continue where they've left off. The data that we are still going to use that data, and we're going to continue with the calling from the call center and the letters in terms of reminders. And our staff in finance, we're going to beef them up in terms of making sure that they deal with people that are going to come and do arrangements with us. So those are the things we've looked at, and are the same things that Johan was doing. So we make sure that our staff is beefed up, and that will mean employment as well to our communities. Thanks.
Do we have any follow-up questions or?
Yeah.
Follow-up from Emalahleni FM?
Okay.
By Luke.
Yeah, no, just a clarify. So Johan Coetzee will be vacating even the offices in the municipality. When will that be happening?
Yes, Karabo, Johan Coetzee will be vacating the offices because he was not even renting, because he was coming to bring the service closer to the people so that people cannot walk to his offices. So they will be vacating the offices, but I cannot say it will be tomorrow, it will be next week. Remember, we still have a legal contract with Johan Coetzee, where we still need to negotiate to say, you know what, this is how we are going to get out of this contract, or what are we going to do going forward, how are we going to work with him going forward, because it's a process.
Well, it seems to me Johan Coetzee was doing a very good job in terms of revenue connection. It also went up. That's what you reported the last time. But now, I'm failing to understand where does this anger that displayed by community members comes from, or do you think that you are somehow dealing with a political ploy from some of your detractors in this thing?
Thank you very much, Luke. Unfortunately, I cannot answer for the community. What the community thinks, it's not in my head, unfortunately. For that one, maybe as a journalist, let us try and find out. And also, my office will need to investigate the matter so that we understand. And remember, it's not like the community said they don't want Johan Coetzee from nowhere. We've discussed matters that were raised by the community in terms of harassment, in terms of bullying, and those are the things that they've put on the table. And we cannot, if currently the community was resorting to say they wanted to stop payment of services, and we couldn't afford for us to head that direction. But we needed to come to a solution where we're going to make sure that we reach an amicable solution where community is going to be happy and the municipality is going to continue as well. That was our best interest.
So there's no political...
For now, I cannot say there's a political ploy or anything. No, not at all. I am happy. I've got the support from my entire executive and the councillors, even the other political parties, and I'm happy to the community of Emalahleni of the support that they are giving me. I'm truly, truly, truly happy and thankful for that.
Thank you very much. In the light that we do not have any other question, this will mark the end of our session. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. And lastly, let me say to all the media that is here, we are going to give you the statement in hard copies. And let me take this opportunity and thank people of Emalahleni for the support that they've given to the municipality. And let us continue to pay our services. This is a first step towards the right direction. I urge each and every one of you, please allow our officials. We still have to continue with our operations. Let us support these operations because they seek to make sure that each and every one of you is being assisted. We are bringing the services closer to our communities. Let us embrace these operations and make sure that people get the service that they deserve. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Siyabonga, Executive Mayor.